Curious Expedition 1 came out last year for the Switch and I loved it. I really think it was a hidden gem that not many people may have looked at or considered to buy because it doesn't look like all that much with its pixel graphics, but it is actually so much fun. Number 2 is very similar in terms of its mechanics, but it's got better graphics, a storyline to follow, more combat and RPG mechanics, and overall it's just a better game. This is a really good game, guys, and let me go into detail and explain it because I think from the trailer and from looking at the game, you may not kind of realize how good it really is. So the way the game plays, basically you're playing over a series of years and you're assisting a scientist in exploring and discovering new lands. So each year you've got several missions to complete. You can pick a mission easy, medium or hard, and you need to explore the map, find a landmark or an item or complete a task in order to finish that mission. And then you'll return to Paris, you'll refresh your stock, you may recruit a new person for your party, you may buy new weapons, and then you'll do it again. You'll go to another area and explore a new land. At the end of each year, there's a mandatory mission, which is much tougher. It's really tough, some of them. And along the way, you're going to encounter a host of obstacles. So you'll be exploring the map, but there's so many things in the way that sort of change things or that can cause you problems that it does become really difficult. So your team could get sick, you'll find enemies or animals, sinking temples, forest fires. There's just loads of things that can get in the way from stopping you from completing your objectives. There's a lot of stat management when it comes to the game. Sanity, though, is the most important stat. As you travel, you use sanity. You'll consume items to replenish it like chocolate or lemonade, but you also need to worry about the health of the party, so after battles your health may deteriorate, or if you get poisoned your health may deteriorate. You got to worry about their mental well-being and also their loyalty, because if they're not loyal to you, things can start to go very wrong. In Curious Expedition 1, there wasn't much emphasis on combat. In fact, whenever I got into a fight, I would always run away because the combat was always an area where I felt the party was quite weak. Here, there's much more emphasis on it and it actually just plays a much bigger role in the game. You and your party are much more formidable and you can actually fight a lot of enemies. It is a bit random though, because you have these dice that you roll at the beginning of each turn, and that will determine what actions you can take, whether it's attacking or defending. You can equip weapons and then they will give you, say, new dice that you can add to your attacks and potentially do different attacks on enemies. It does make battles feel a bit dangerous because it's so easy for things to go wrong. It's not just about how good you are at planning and strategizing. It really is a bit random in terms of what dice will show up, so it can feel a bit risky in terms of getting into any battle. So why do I like this game? Well, you really feel like you're exploring and discovering new lands. You can't predict what's going to happen, and that's exciting. So one example of this, I was going through a map, everything was going well, two of my team fell in love with each other and so they had high morale and they were very happy. I had lots of sanity, everything was going great. Then one of those two people gets poisoned. I don't have any medicine to cure them and so they died. When that person died, everything went downhill. You see, you can carry items based on the number of people you have. So if you have 5 people, they can each carry 2 items. You can carry 10 items for your party. When you lose someone, you can't carry those 10 items anymore, so you become overburdened. And so when you travel, you're losing your sanity faster. What this means is you end up dropping items or using key items faster than you would have liked to. So when that person died, the other member of the team became sad and angry, and eventually they just left my party, which was very annoying because that meant, again, I lost another member of the team and I had to carry less equipment, and I could only carry less equipment. I also had less team members for battles as well, so everyone was taking more damage. One of the other team members became a kleptomaniac through everything going wrong. We had a stress event, he became a kleptomaniac, and then later on he left the party and stole some of my items. Now all these things you just can't predict are going to happen. When things go wrong, they can go very, very wrong. I did manage to finish that level, but only by the skin of my teeth. It was really close. But that's just one example of crazy things happening. 1 minute you could be negotiating to buy water from a village of lizards, 1 minute you're stealing crystals from a colony of mole men, or you're fighting a giant spider. It really feels unpredictable in terms of what's going to happen and when. And that feeling of unknown and discovery, it really makes this game, and the first one, so special. I can imagine people looking at the gameplay and not thinking much about the game, but I do really recommend people check it out. It's a really unique and memorable experience, and although I love the first one as well, I'd say grab number 2. Number 2 really expands and improves on a lot of the mechanics of the first game, and because it's got more of a storyline as well, it just makes the game better. So guys, let me know in the comments, have you played Curious Expedition 2? If you played 1 and you're planning to pick up 2 as well, leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.